e5, g3. Okay, avoiding. Okay, g3 is a possible move. Knight c3 is, of course, the main move. c6, that's the downside of g3. Preparing d5 and d4. Bishop before check, and here Magnus Carlsen starts.
Whereas
And
knight c3 could very
played.
easily be a surprise. But yeah, in the end, Magnus goes with.
Yeah,
There's
knight
already.
c3 would remain as well. Like starting with d4, c4, knight c3, g3, it doesn't bring back good memories, I would say. Knight c3 played by Magnus Carlsen. Okay, we'll see a slow development. I mean, it's a very personal game. Knight c3, knight f6. He didn't go bishop g2. E3, he went e4 immediately. What's the difference? I don't know. Castle knight g2 now. Wow, that's very, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, that's so
Yeah.
bishop b7. My first instinct is to go d4, d5.
Yeah, absolutely. Now
Because
that
your
we've
bishop,
lured,
and
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the bishop is now misplaced, and d5
if you go
becomes much more
if you go
attractive.
bishop a6 now, I will probably be very tempted to go
Mhm.
b4. Even I'm not that sure, but yeah, actually I killed your bishop, so I will
Mhm.
shift something.
Yeah, bishop b7 finally is the choice for
Harry,
Harry. Yeah,
and
and
here I
now
cannot imagine.
yeah, from
If
what we've seen, I think castles in 95 is likelier than the other line, but
I think it will come quickly. Actually,
mm,
I'm
mm.
not sure they played many games, but
So he took on before first, right?
uh-huh.
We were
It's an
trying to
idea.
do it. We were trying to
Okay.
play 95 straight away, but he included this,
It's
which
clever,
allows
yeah,
black.
actually.
I mean, I wasn't really against the idea of not giving black a chance to trade more pieces. But yeah, it's become very, very sharp because after takes queen b6, rook takes a d, and here Magnus has basically his position has one problem, and it is that the knight on e2 has no moves. And he solves it in a very, very instructive manner because I think
Yeah.
it's a move, until you see somebody do this, it's a move that might not really occur to you.
Yeah.
But you do have to understand that this exists in all kinds of positions like this, where you just need to give this knight squares. I'm not
Because you can,
sure. I can actually. I mean, with your pieces so far on the king side, I'm looking at all kinds of strange things here, but
like this, huh?
yeah, or here, yeah. But once again, I thought about this and then I realized the rook on d8 is protected. So after, let's say, even
Yeah.
after hg, queen g5, this is not a double attack. It's just an attack. So you
Yeah.
can play knight f8 or something, and like, what am I doing with my life? I thought it was a double attack there for a second, but it really isn't.
And he played knight e4 immediately, and knight f6 came, takes, and rook c5 makes a lot of sense protecting here. I just want to take that pawn, of course. Queen b4, as we saw with Peter previously, queen takes b4, bishop d5 was the door. So he's playing rook c5, protecting his pawn. Now queen b6, protecting the pawn and asking a question to the rook. Queen e3. I think queen e3 is threatening rook c8 suddenly.
Yeah,
Very strange tactic.
definitely.
If h5, let's say rook c8,
You still
and
have queen d6, but
you still have queen
we are
d6.
probably quite happy about taking on e5 in the end of those lines. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
Harry
he
played
played.
queen a7. Yeah.
Yeah, because after now rook c8, he has this small intermediate check, and now you can take. Okay, you have to come back with the rook, but it's not ideal. Queen a7, queen c1 now played very quickly by Magnus Carlsen, and he wants to play rook c7, queen b6, h5, h6. Okay, he is doing this stuff. Yeah, if harikrishna wouldn't play h6, h6 would have been on the board. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. H6, queen e3. It feels like we're making the king side is
Queen
now
a7. But queen a7 now.
really does feel like something might happen to your king side, right?
Oh, takes.
Yeah. Nice king side you got there. Shame if anything would happen to it. Like rook c1. Sorry, rook c8, rook queen a1, rook c1, and then take on h6.
That's clever. And
But
now
then
what's the point? What's the point?
I'm not sure.
Queen takes h6. Queen takes h6. Excuse me.
Hg. Bishop b4.
Oh, that's.
Hang on, but what if bishop? What if bishop d5? No, bishop d5 previous.
Bishop
Queen
h6.
d2,
Excuse me.
Queen d2.
Queen d2. Yes.
Queen d2.
Yeah.
Queen d2.
Oh, okay.
He missed that? Did he miss that? Krishna. Take on h6. Is it over? Bishop d5 is always queen d2. You don't have checks. You are pinned. that's very possible to miss. And now we are threatening the famous mechanism. Let's say if you go b3, we'll show it one more time. Hop, hop, hop. That is a big threat. And of course, and bishop d5 is covering f7, which is nice. Actually, we can win even easier. I mean, that is just... What was the option? Oh, my evaluation. I don't know what was the option, but queen h6 looks like a very good move. And now Harikrishna realizing probably that...
Yeah, his choices are kind of unfortunate here. You can continue trying not to play that endgame, which probably is just lost. You have to assume that that ending down a piece is eventually lost if white plays technically precisely, and Magnus is generally quite good at precise technique.
Of course, he will get pinned by the world champion. Will go queen d2. He just did.
Mm-hmm.
And will be...
Yeah, Harry will take on g4 and they will play this position. It really is the best choice he has.
I'm actually very curious to see if Magnus will take with the queen or with the bishop on d5. And he will go queen takes, no? And
yeah, I think he is quite happily going to take with the queen. I think it feels like this should be winning. Yes, you are slightly nervous because there's only 2 pawns left, but it feels like, you know, the black king is still on like on g8. It's not on d4. So you have to assume this is enough.
And he wants to play already. So he doesn't have any taking with the queen very quickly. Wow, that's...
I mean, he had some time to assess these things. So, I mean, he clearly came to the conclusion that black is not fast enough.
Okay, I'm still...
I think it's the...
I'm still impressed by the speed, but yeah.
Yeah, I have this.
Okay.
I think bishop c4.
Same technique.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's gone
bishop
bishop
c6.
c6. Yeah, he's gone bishop c6, but it's all very similar. So king e5, king g3. Oh no, king e5. Actually, with the bishop on 6, we can go king g5 because we are no longer afraid of any of those g3.
Yeah,
this is why he chose this square.
Of
this
course.
Is very clever. Yeah, this is very clever by Magnus.
I'm a bit curious to see his move. He played king e5.
Yeah, king e5 and Magnus
and king g5.
King g5 and things will start falling apart here. The kind of a scenario where black maybe makes a draw is like king d4 here. King takes a 5 e3. We take everything, we take on g4, and black goes b3. This might be a draw, actually, right? Because king d2, king c1. And you're slightly worse in that endgame, but you're probably not going to lose it. Yeah, Magnus wins.
Magnus wins.